All right, this is me, Ma Terry, back in the Air Force in 1979. Who could resist such a beautiful woman? Not my Mr. Louis. Where's Mr. Louis? Oh, there he is. But what did he look like back in the day? Aw, so handsome back in the day. Let's break into a building. Well, we're not really going to break into it. All right, here we go. Let's tape this.
That was my office.
Way down there?
Way down on the far end. And we used to have to keep the floor at least as shiny as it is now. And this office right here.
Oh, yeah, I remember the commander's office right there.
German commander.
Was he your boss?
He was one of them. I had another boss.
So he was one of them.
We had a series of bosses, all colonels.
Uh-huh.
And all of them actually made it to general.
What will we find in here?
Okay.
Aviation
Yeah,
capital.
so maybe this was the bosses.
Oh, all right.
It's just too long ago.
Yep. Yeah, but it was very long ago.
Yeah, this had to be it because look, it has the windows so you can see everything. Here's
Ah.
the flight line.
And here's the flight line. We used to kiss a lot on the flight line.
I don't remember.
You're not going to admit to that, are you?
I don't remember, but so I blacked it out.
Look at that plane, that white plane.
This one right here, the 747.
The one with all the paint off of it. It looks like they're reworking it.
Right in front here?
Yeah, right in front.
757.
757.
Look at the size of those engines.
I know, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Looks like a lot of yellow duct tape on them.
I don't see. Oh, yeah, some type of tape.
Cool. I see a helicopter over there.
There, that red thing.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm going to walk to the other side of the building.
So the 747, I don't think they're flying many 747s anymore.
Was that the plane I took to Korean?
No, that's a civilian aircraft. That was one of the big ones, and it had like a spiral staircase up to that.
Yeah,
With a dome on top. And
but it had jump seats.
not that one. That
The
was
one I took to Korea.
Right, you probably were on a C-141.
That was it. That was it.
Starlifter.
Yep. Because they put all the cargo in the middle.
Yep.
Yep.
And they put all the truck co in the middle too. Cars and trucks.
Yep. That's what they did. All right. So, random building and flight line. But here we go back to the talkies. We are on Phantom Street. Louis used to work down there. This is where they fixed the airplanes. The airplanes would come in there in the hangars. And there was the flight tower over there. Oh my God, what a horrible day. Phantom Street and Readiness something Street. But it's pretty cool looking back into our history. All right, so we're just walking around looking at empty buildings.
And I really don't know what that building is.
I don't know what that building is, but yeah, let's get to the funny one. Millionaire. Millionaire, that's funny. It's a little windy. All right, we found the building where Louis used to work, and the window has been smashed out. So basically, we're not breaking and entering, just entering.
Yeah, because it already broke.
Yeah. All right, we're in the building because somebody broke the glass, but this is fortuitous.
Look at all this poop.
Oh my God, I don't want to walk on poop.
I'll walk around it
Do you want to take the video camera?
if you want me to.
Sure. Thank you.
If I have a light.
Lou,
What?
turn the camera around. Like that.
Hmm.
Go.
We used to smoke cigarettes here.
Lou, turn the camera around.
It is.
No. There you go. Now you're videotaping. There you go.
Yeah.
So you used to smoke cigarettes in there?
Yep.
Hold on, I'm coming.
Well, you got to be careful. There's a lot of poop here. Look at all that poop.
Oh.
That's probably generations of rats and stuff.
A what?
Of rats and birds. Oh, it's birds. Oh, you can't get out that way, kids.
Oh, did one hit their head?
Here was the break room where we had coffee. I know you can't see it, but there it is. Here was the squadron.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if they still have the boards up for flying. Nope. Yeah, they do, right here. Let's see if I can get that. Here, hold this for a second.
All right, we're here. What are we looking at, Lou?
Those are scheduling boards, and they tell the flight number. My flight number was Racer. That was from our squadron. And some others were...
What's that?
Oh,
soap dispensers.
Soap dispensers. And that's one of some German sayings. When I was there, it wasn't a German squadron. We were in a different squadron.
What squadron were you in?
Oh, this was a 431st Tactical Training Squadron. We trained people from all around the world, including Germans. But the Germans had their own Luftwaffe training squadron called the 20th Tactical Training Squadron.
Cool.
I was in charge there.
Oh, those are seats. What are they for?
Oh, those are for watching porn.
No, they're not. Did I tell you? You have to keep it clean. What are those seats for?
Those seats are for when we'd have meetings and debriefing from after flights or flight briefings. Yep.
Cool. Mm-hmm. What's the big red R for?
Rawlings sporting equipment? I have no idea.
Me neither.
These people moved in after my squadron moved out. This was another part of the Luftwaffe.
Oh.
So all of this is German stuff.
Wow. So they had their own little thing, the German squadron.
Yeah, they had their own buildings.
Oh, that's neat.
The first building we looked in way down on the other end was where the Germans were to begin with.
Oh, and there we are. What is that? Airman
Second class, all the way up to staff sergeant and tech sergeant.
Tech sergeant. Yeah, the bottom one's tech sergeant. Gotcha. Neat.
Yep.
All right, George Boulevard. They named the street after that. Oh, I remember doing this. This was the monuments that they had to George Air Force Base.
Yeah.
The final years, the beginning years. So you all can stop and pause it if you want to read all about George Air Force Base.
Yeah, before the fall.
Before the fall. I know, before all the destruction. They closed it in...
1991.
1991. Oh my gosh, that was terrible. Yeah, I know. It was crazy that they did that.
That's the outside and the back of a squadron.
Oh, okay.
The other side of the door.
The other side of the door. Oh my gosh.
That's an old engine.
That's an old engine.
I think that's from one of the civilian aircraft they were working on.
Okay. Well, this is interesting.
That's a fence.
Okay, and these are people that moved in after we left. That was an old sign. I remember that sign on George Air Force Base. Mm-hmm. Ooh, Cougar Street. Am I a cougar? Arr. What building's that? Was that where I deported?
Yeah, that's your that's a parts place.
Oh, now it's a parts place.
No, it was.
All right.
It was too. They had parts for fixing. Then down the next building down, I think, was the mobility squadron.
Yeah, there's a mobility squadron, and that's where we would put people before we sent them throughout the world for war games.
That's right.
All right, and that's where I worked doing dog tags as a chaplain's assistant. That was so much fun.
You were young enough, they were puppy tags.
They were puppy tags. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that was an interesting job. Beautiful building, though. Too bad it went to waste.
Yeah, it's all wasted. Crazy.
It is crazy. But the people that moved in and took over different buildings are nice.
Look at that. That was our administration building.
And no one uses it anymore.
It's broken. It's crazy.
Oh, look at all those broken windows. Oh, my gosh, that's terrible. Mm-hmm. It's terrible what they did to this base once it closed.
Yeah, they didn't take care of it at all.
They didn't repurpose it. Ooh, that's one of the two fitness centers. Yeah, I remember that. I remember at the fitness center, it had that little waist rubbing thing, so it would vibrate around your waist, so you would lose weight.
Oh, yeah. You can get them online.
I can, or maybe Amazon. Open Gym is closed today. That's so funny.
That's funny.
But yeah,
it's a little bit open.
There you go. It is a little bit open, isn't it? It's pretty funny.
That's crazy what people do.
Yep. It's sad. It really is. So that looks like maybe where showers used to be.
There's the showers.
All right. Wow.
Yeah.
And we used to go there and take
Fast
showers.
times at Ridgemont High.
When we were in the military, how long did we get to run a mile? Every year we had to qualify.
I don't know.
I know it wasn't 4 minutes. Oh, look at that. That's an old phone booth.
It's an old phone booth.
That's funny. No
How
phone.
does Superman get in there to change?
I know, right? Oh, that's a good one. Oh, my gosh. So.
No, you can. 4-minute mile is like what
I know.
pros do. You
8 minutes maybe they gave us.
No, they gave you 15 minutes.
15 minutes to do a mile. I can walk that.
You can walk a mile in 15 minutes.
Oh, my gosh. But I used to sweat that every year.
I did it about 6 miles. A little under 6 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you were in pretty good shape back then.
I was. Not anymore.
Not anymore. Me neither. I walked up the hill this
Lord.
morning, and it's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the baseball field. Oh my God, that's the old movie theater. Look at that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
WTF?
Yep.
Why the facing?
They defaced the whole thing.
Look at that. That's crazy.
Yeah. I used to like going to the movies there with you. That was nice. But
Yeah, it was free.
It was free. That was the important thing. We could afford that back then.
Yeah, that's where I saw Dirty Dancing.
You saw Dirty Dancing?
I saw
back then?
Grease there.
You saw Grease? What else? You got a great memory.
Those are the only two I remember.
All right.
Grease was the big movie.
Yep, back then. I loved Grease. That was great. I saw it in New Jersey with my girlfriend. That was a lot of fun. But, what did they pile in there? It's like...
I don't know.
Oh, there's my Air Force chapel. There's where I used to work. It's funny. That one, they're still using it as a chapel. All right, the old George Air Force Base School. Whatever became of the school for the kids, that's what became of it. Oh, my gosh, that's so terrible.
Yeah. What can I say? You're right.
Yeah, these are the housing that they just abandoned.
They abandoned and it was crazy. We used to live in one of them.
Yep, we used to live in one of them, and then all of a sudden when they closed the base, they're like, well, no one can live in these houses anymore.
That's right. And then people came in and just tore them to shreds.
How many houses do you think there was on the base?
Probably 500 to 1,000.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah,
and they're all just wasted. Hospital was just wasted. That was the guard shack.
That was the guard shack where I used to work.
Yeah, right.
I did.
For one day.
Yeah, for one day before I got fired. I was the worst cop in the world. How did they ever think they could turn a chapel manager into a cop is beyond me. Mm-hmm. Anyhow, final seconds. You got anything else you want to add?
I don't have too much to add, except it's sad. I think it was a big waste. And if you multiply other wasted spaces, that they stopped. Let's do that again. So I think it was just terrible. They closed a lot of bases. So if you multiply what you see at George by other bases that were closed in the early 90s because the Soviet Union...
The fall of the Soviet Union?
It had fallen, and we thought everything's going to be peaceful now. Yeah, had that worked out. So, what a waste. All of this stuff could have been used, could have been housing for poorer people.
Yep. The hospital, they could have used the hospital. It was a brand new hospital that they just decided, well, we'll close that down.
Yeah, and before they actually raised the hospital, there was equipment still in there. There was dental chairs, and there was x-ray.
All right, to wrap it up,
look at that destruction. How terrible. Well... Anyway.
See you down the road.
I'll see you on the road. Bye, baby.